Hello, my name is Linda Bernhardt, professor here for the SGSC Environmental Science Lab. Yes, emphasis on the word lab, because this is for the lab for the environmental science. I also teach the class. However, they are two totally different courses, two totally different set of assignments, two totally different grades. So please do not confuse that. Yes, I will be saying this a few times because people tend to muck it up. Throat's weird because I just did the class video and that's a lot of talking. And it's actually still processing here, so I might get distracted by looking like this, trying to see when it goes bing, because it's at like 94%. Anyway, I wanted to welcome you to the lab and go over a few things like how it's set up, the syllabus, and your semester-long project, because you have a semester-long project. Emphasis on semester-long, just so you know. Okay, so I am going to do that whole share screen thing so you can see. Here we go. This is what your lab should look like. Notice it says lab right here, and we have this picture. The class has a different image and does not say lab. Make sure you know which one you are in if you are in both. Now, main things here is the way I have it set up, you have to click on the weeks folder and the weeks file. If you look over here, notice it says week 1. You click on this, that's the folder. Then you have these hyperlinks and you have this. That is the file. So you would then click the week 1 file. That will bring you to a page that looks like this. If you don't get to a page that looks like this, it means you have not opened that week's file. If you do not open that week's file, you will not have access to any of the assignments. Letting you know that. What I do is I tell you what's going on that week, your expectations, and then I give you hyperlinks. This is about to change because I'm making this video and it's not going to be fall 21 anymore. And this video is going to disappear because I am lumping that into this, but that will be written in the text. So there you go. So make sure you open the weeks folder and the weeks file. All right, whenever you click course home, this is the page you're brought to. This is where the announcements are. Make sure to read these announcements. There are normally very helpful tidbits here. If somebody or a couple of people ask me questions and I realize, oh crap, that's a really good thing to say to the class, it's going to be posted here. If I come up with an idea that I think will help you with something, might help you with your project, might be with one of the labs, or it might even be an extra credit option, this is where I'm going to post it. So read the announcements and read your weekly file. Now, nice big red letting you know that the class and the lab are two different courses. Two different courses, two different sets of assignments. There is something due in each of them every single week. And the credit you get in the class does not affect the credit you get in the lab. So you can't just let one of them drop thinking the other will pull it up. Doesn't work that way. They are two totally different, not connected courses. Okay, that being said, this up here is how you can get to different bits of information, but I would honestly just go through the weeks because you'll go to exactly what you need. And do I know this is misspelled? Yes, I do. I can't find out how to fix it. This is like the default thing on this web page. And believe me, I've tried and I can't find a way to make it go away, but there you go. So we are going to start with important papers and such. You click this, you will see, bam, there's the syllabus. Notice there's also the semester-long project and the lab, so I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But first, we're going to do this syllabus. So here is the syllabus for spring 2022, which is this term. Give you my email address, which is the best way to contact me. Feel free to send me a message through Brightspace. However, I'm not going to get it as fast as if you email me. If you email me to that email address, it goes straight to my phone. If it's, sorry, if it is through Brightspace, you have to wait until I log on. And if you send me one of those instant message things through Brightspace, I can't guarantee I'm ever going to get that. That is one of those things that, I don't know, it doesn't really alert me. It just does this little thing. And then I will go and I'll find email messages and I will never see the instant message. I have to click on something different and I tend to forget about it. And I've had it where I found one like a month later. So if you sent me a message and I have not replied in a day or so, that means I didn't get it. Try another way. So either send me a message through the mail system for Brightspace or email me, or I will supply a phone number that you can text me. Do not call the phone. I will not answer it. But if you text me and tell me you are an SGSC lab, then and your name, then I'll reply and then I'll know who you are. I specify to tell me those things because it will not automatically give me your name. And it's kind of hard to check up on stuff for a person if they don't tell me who they are. And I use the same phone number for 3 universities and a whole bunch of classes. So if you don't tell me what university and what class, it makes it hard to answer the questions. Okay, my asthma and crap is acting up, so you get to hear a whole lot of, so my apologies. Anyway, I love this part. This is like my favorite part. Required text and supplies. Nope. I give you everything I can on here. There is some stuff that you will have to get throughout the term, like we grow plants. And so before we get there, you're going to have to get radish seeds and some dirt. And you'll need like little pots or plastic cups or something. So the few items I ask you to get, not a big deal. But if you're watching this and you want to get a jump start and not have to search for it randomly throughout the term, go ahead and find your radish seeds. They work best. So anyway, here's all that stuff that we have to have on here. Now, here, when you are turning in an attachment, I want it to be a .doc or a .docx. That's it. I don't want anything else. On rare occasion, if I specify in the assignment that you can use a PDF, then I might allow that. But I have to say in that assignment that it's okay. Other than that, I really, really, really need it to be the Word document, .doc, .docx, not a link, not a hyperlink, not any other format. I don't want pages or RTF or a screenshot or I don't know, any of the other things. And gosh, no, not a GDOC. Don't do that. That's the Google document. Don't do it. I can't make it open. Has to be Word document, .doc, .docx. If you're trying to include pictures, you can put the picture in the Word document and then save the Word document. If you have trouble figuring out how to do that, contact me and I will either show you through something I've written up or we can meet on Zoom and I can walk you through. Please, let's do that. And don't wait till the last minute. If you're not sure how to do it and you think you're going to need help, contact me quickly so then we can set up a meeting, we can get it figured out and you don't miss any grades. Okay, I will grade everything as fast as I can. I'm usually a very quick grader because I have been a student not too long ago and I am currently a student. I am getting another master's in nutritional science. And it drives me crazy when what I turn in is not graded fast enough because then I don't know if I did it right and I don't know how to move forward because I don't want to keep making the same mistake. So I really try not to have that happen to you. However, life happens sometimes. And so if I get behind because of life, I also keep you updated in the announcements about that. Now, once your grade is posted, you have 7 days from when I post your grade to argue your grade. If you feel that your grade should be better than you got, after you have read the feedback I've already provided, reach out to me and ask details. If you read the feedback and you're like, oh, I get it, you're welcome to still email me and say, this is what I was thinking it was, but I see that you said X, Y, Z, and so I better understand now. That's cool too. On occasion, I do make a mistake. I've had it where I accidentally typed in the wrong thing while I was grading. And so if you know you did it and you know you did well, like you know 100% you covered everything I asked for, and the grade was not great, ask. Just look at the feedback first. But then ask me. If you are right, I will fix your grade. But you have 7 days from when I post the grade. You cannot, at the end of the semester, try arguing grades from the beginning of the semester. You have a time limit, so 7 days. So keep up with your own grades. Okay, contacting, I already said email is best. If you have a disability and you are listed with the Access office, you have to be registered with them. They tell you what to do and to contact me, and we get that figured out. Okay, this is a bunch of stuff that just we have to have in here. It's an online class, so I don't worry about the attendance. Just do your job. That's it. Okay, I use the point system here. So the point system, what I do is every assignment, you get an amount of points. I will tell you, you get X amount of points for this, or there's X amount available for this assignment. It's not just a, yep, I turned something in. You have to actually do what you're supposed to do. Each of these build on the other, so your grade is always going up. I don't know if you can hear the train. Train's coming behind me again. Once you hit 900 points, you have an A. Even if you don't turn anything else in after that, you have your A. But you better make sure it is 900 points, because I don't round at all. If you have 899.9 points, you will still get a B, because you did not earn 900 points. So make sure, if you're going to slack off at the end, that you have all the points you want, and then you're welcome to. But points, earn them, get them. There you go. Policy on late makeup work, I don't take it. I will not take late work. I do not take makeup work. You have about a week for every single assignment, and you have even more than that for quite a few of them. Start early and actually do the work. It is not my fault if you wait until the very last day it's open and you run out of time. Not my fault. I do not take late work. When you ask me and you give me a sob story, I'm going to tell you that I'm really sorry about all that, and next time you should start earlier. Not doing it to be a jerk, but trying to get you to have some accountability. And I don't understand why people think them pushing stuff off is fair to me, who now has more work to do later. Not really fair. I do my job, you do yours. I tell you here, this is the amount of time. You get it turned in, I grade it, I give it back to you. We're all happy. So there you go. Also, everything has to be turned in where I say to turn it in. Do not email me anything. If you are like, hey, I was trying to attach this and turn in this lab, and it turned to 10:01 and it wouldn't take it, I'm going to tell you, sorry, start earlier next time. Don't wait till the last minute. If you email it to me, you're still going to get a 0. I will not accept any assignments outside of where they are supposed to be turned in. That's it. Plagiarism, don't do it. Use your own words. We already know about this. If you plagiarize and you get caught, you get a 0. Second time, I report you to the university. Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 1974. This means I cannot talk about you, your assignments, your grades, or anything like that with anybody except you. I cannot talk about it over the phone, via text, or through email. We can discuss it through Brightspace or Zoom with the cameras on. So I would have to actually seek you. Then we can discuss it. La la la, more stuff here, academic support, tutoring. If you feel you need tutoring for this class, seriously, just contact me. We will work it out. We will figure something out. And this is here to make sure no one forgets. Everything closes Friday night at 10 p.m. That's it. There is no other option, no ands, ifs, or buts. It will be Friday night at 10 p.m. And in a few weeks or right around midterm, somebody will email me and say, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought it was due Saturday at 11:59. No, always Friday night at 10 p.m. I don't care what other teachers do. I don't care what anybody else says. This class, the rule is Friday night, 10 p.m. Okay, this is how you get your points and the way the semester is broken down. So you will have a quiz for this stuff about the syllabus and the course. There is a quiz worth 50 points. That's half a letter grade. You have an introduction discussion to do. That's another half a letter grade. 12 different labs, each of them worth 50 points apiece. Semester-long project, 200 points. Semester long. I cannot stress that enough. You will be working on this through the entire semester. If you don't, you will not do well, period. Okay, and then you have a final exam, which is 100 points. So that's how you get your 1,000 points. Now, I have it broken down weeks 1 through 17. Please note that week 9, it says work on semester-long project, literally trying to give you a chance to work on this so you can focus 100% on one aspect of this so you can kind of be a little more prepared. And then you have spring break. Your semester-long project final is due week 16. So you start it this week, you continue it for the entire semester. All right, that is the syllabus. So now, important papers and such. Let's see about that semester-long project. Here you go. This is telling you again, the entire semester. The whole thing is based on what we are going through right now. We are in a pandemic. A lot of stuff has happened, but we are currently in a pandemic. So that is what this is about. There's going to be some checkpoints where I ask you to answer some stuff, and that's what you're going to be doing. Getting to the lab in just a second, that tells you exactly what you have to do. But you're going to be collecting information. You're going to be writing down your thoughts on some stuff. You are going to spend the semester basically looking at what you thought and trying to educate yourself, not just digging your heels in and saying, this is the way it is, or I'm so sick of this, or crap like that. This is not politics. This is science. COVID-19, the coronavirus, this current pandemic is not political. It is not an opinion. It is a fact. It is science. It's what's happening. Do I give a crap which side you land on the political spectrum? No, I don't care. I'm not going to ask. I don't care. It has no bearing on what is actually taking place. If you don't understand that, I am going to push for you to check out more about the flu pandemic in 1918, because we've already been through this. I know somebody who does a podcast about history stuff, and I have asked him to do one about the flu pandemic of 1918. So anyone who prefers podcasts might be able to look at that and then compare it to the current stance, because that's actually kind of interesting. But you will be pushed to educate yourself and expand your mind and basically use real critical thinking. And there's an entire lab on this critical thinking. And I don't know, what I look for at the end of this is how much effort you put in, and if you actually learned anything, or if you just decided this is what I believe and this is what I believe. Because this I have no respect for. If you believe something and you try your hardest and you come back around and it just reinforces your beliefs, okay, you at least did everything I asked. If you learned a whole lot and it completely changed your mind, That's cool too. The whole thing is I need to see that you put in the effort and you tried. That's the big part. Okay, for this, I have this listed as the lab because this is what you're doing. So notice it says educate yourself. That's the big thing. Don't get your news from Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or TikTok, or any of these other stupid things. Actually research. Look up the information so you actually have an educated opinion. I use this site right here in order to get the numbers of the state's vaccination rates, because you're going to be looking at one of the top 5 vaccinated states, one of the bottom 5 vaccinated states, and 3 other states in between. You will be getting their COVID numbers and deaths every day. You will be selecting the cumulative numbers, not just the addition, but the whole numbers. I'm going to show you that in a second. You will collect this the same day every single week for the entire semester. Now, this, you're supposed to read this entire document and then answer all these questions. Yes, can I read it to you? Sure. But you know what? You're college students, you should be able to read. And you should be able to read more than a paragraph. So I'm not going to worry. This is reminding you to not wait to the last minute. And again, you're collecting numbers between week 2 and week 15. I have started all of these collections. And so I'm actually going to post numbers so everybody can have numbers for week 1 so you can get a better view. Now, this is a recap. This is everything that will have to be in your final paper. Yeah, later we'll discuss more about this stuff, but you are always welcome to ask. These are the states you are choosing from. You will pick one of the high vaccination rate states. You will pick one of the low vaccination rate states. And then I give you a list of other states. You pick 3 from this list. They fall in various things. The reason I'm giving you these states is last semester, I just said any 3 states. And I collect these numbers every single day. So if something happens and you miss one day, I can fill in the hole in your data. Wow, it was a lot of states to keep up with. It was exhausting. It was overwhelming. So I just went through and picked some of the more interesting states and the ones that I selfishly want to know more about. So that's how I picked these. Georgia almost made it into the low vaccinated states. It really did. It was so bad. It was hilarious. But anyway, pick 3 out of this part. And then that's what you're going to do. Now, I have provided a link, but I'm going to show you. This is where I go for all of the information. So you will have all of this. When you first get onto it, I'm going to refresh so you can see how it looks. When you first log on, it's going to look like this. What I do is, like, for January 5th, because I'm recording this on January 6th, I would click yesterday because these are the completed numbers for yesterday. And then I click this and put them in alphabetical order. Makes it so much easier to find. And then if I'm doing Alabama, I will write, well, actually, I'm going to show you right now. Yeah. See, these are the ones I'm keeping. So if I was doing this for Alabama, I would put it right here. And let me get it where I can see it. Oh, you can't even see my thing. Never mind. But I would type, I forgot it's Zoom, and when I pop something up, you can't see my whole desktop. You're literally only seeing the web page. So sorry, I messed up there. But for Alabama, you will do this. The total cases, 932,250. Then total deaths, 1,600 or 16,503. The new cases and the new deaths, you ignore that. You are getting the entire numbers. We need the entire numbers. When it asks about population, that's over here. The population is at the end. And this matters for percentages that we're going to be doing later. So this website I give you. Semester-long project. I have a discussion board for you guys to chat about. This data sheet, this is the important one. You click on this, it's going to look like this. It's horrible. You don't want this. Make sure to download. And then once you have it downloaded, this is what you will receive. Why this is important is I have already given you this. I have everything formatted. So say I'm going to say Vermont is my high. So I would just click, I would literally type it in so I know what it is. And then we'll say, I don't know what it is currently. Oh, yeah, I'm going to actually look it up. And you know what? I just realized I did it again. So I'm going to close this so you can see the Excel sheet I was talking about. Why am I so stupid sometimes? Okay, this is my data sheet. This is hopefully what you will get to see. All righty. Semester-long project. Yes, here's the data sheet. So this is where it said high. I just typed in Vermont. Then there's low, and then there's 3 states, and then there's the US. So say that Vermont has 125,000. I'm making this number up. And then week 2, they have 126, and then 126, let's say they didn't get any more the next time, and then 126,302. Okay, we're just picking some random numbers. Notice it's calculating down here. It's showing you this is the rate of change. Rate of change, rate of change. The reason this is a negative is because we need to enter something here. Watch down here when I enter information up here. It fixes. So this is what you're trying to do. This calculates everything for you. I have already set it up. Now, if you wish that you had commas, which honestly I thought I had done, you can fix that by selecting all of this, hitting the comma, and then I do this part over 2. And then you've got, you know, your commas. It's easier to read. I meant to do that. I don't know why it didn't, but that's an easy fix. But if every single week you just put the positive cases here and then the deaths here, it will calculate for you. You don't have to do any actual math. But then I will show you later how to do the percentages here. So that's the big one for that. Let's see. I am going to go back to the page to make sure that we have nothing else that's needed. I accidentally hit annotate. I don't want to annotate this. I just want this thing to get out of my way so I can click this. There we go. So when you see this, don't use it, just download it so you can see what it's supposed to be. That's the biggest thing. That's this. I even said, make sure to download it. This is the hyperlink to the place I just told you about. You click here, boom, you're right where you need to get all your information. And then vaccine rates, if you want to look, I've already selected the states, but if you want to look at it. And then you have semester-long project at the beginning. This is telling you what you need to turn in right then and there. This is what you will turn in at the beginning. I have questions. You must answer these because in order to see how much you have learned or stretched your brain or educated yourself by the end. I need to know where you started. So you can't say anything wrong here unless you're just being belligerent. If you call it the China virus, that is racial. That is not okay. That is wrong. So don't do that. It's coronavirus, COVID-19, pandemic. Those are the phrases you use. If you want to say that you think that it's fake or blown out of proportion and it's really what you think, feel free. Just don't use derogatory terms. If that's what you really believe this very minute, there you go. But you are definitely going to have to show me how much you are trying to educate yourself by the end of this term. So this is to let me know actually what you think right now. And for those of you who are like, man, I'm so tired of all this COVID stuff, doesn't matter. You know, not trying to be mean. This is science. This is historical. This is important. And it's important for people to actually understand what it means instead of just following so much of the stupidity I keep seeing. As a science person, it's very frustrating right now. And so I am going to help you look the stuff up so you can look at it yourself. If you want a good grade, you're going to be forced to really pay attention. And then we'll see if that helps anything. So that's pretty much it. Let's see, I already told you about this. Click week 1 folder, click week 1 file, and that takes you to everything. You have labs every single week. Can you just click this and go to something? Sure. But if you haven't opened that week's folder and that week's file, it's not going to let you post. So there is something due every week. We have 17 weeks. You have something to turn in all 17 weeks. There is always something to turn in. So if you don't see something to turn in, that means you have not done what you're supposed to do, which is clicking on that week's folder and that week's file. I highly recommend you read the week's file because it helps set things up. I provide a lot of videos throughout the term, and some of them I am in the process of remaking. Some of them are old because I haven't yet remade them. So my hair might be shorter, longer, something, I don't know. You'll see a whole bunch of different things. I'm trying to update them all because I have been slowly updating different parts. But if you see an old video, it's still the same information. If you need help, reach out. I will answer any question I possibly can. If you just don't feel like reading all of the directions, that's not going to be good, because when you say, I don't get it, I'm going to ask you, what do you not get? I'm not trying to be annoying. It's the instructions are how I best knew to explain it. So if you say you don't get it and I don't know what part you're not understanding, you're probably going to get more words than were in the original document, because that's just how I work. It's, again, not me being mean, probably because I'm on the autism spectrum. I like words. Words are important. I read every last friggin' tiny word. And so when somebody doesn't understand something, I use more words to try to better explain it. So if you want to save yourself a lot of hassle, read the directions through the first time. I found if you read it out loud, it helps a lot. If there's something specific that I said that you don't understand, tell me in the whatever lab, the instructions, when you said blah, 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 I'm not sure what you mean. I think you mean, or something like that, that will help me be able to better answer. And at any point, if you feel the need to do like a Zoom meeting, so we're face to face, just ask, and then we will set one up. My schedule is a little crazy, and so I need notice so I can try to work it in. But if you ask for a meeting and then never check back your email, that's not going to work. So if you ask for a meeting, make sure to check back for my reply and then tell me if the times I'm offering work or not. Otherwise, I can't help you there. So we kind of have to meet in the middle. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So hopefully new videos coming. Look forward to meeting some of you. I already know a couple of you are going to email me like almost nonstop. And at least one person will say, I'm so sorry, I keep talking. It's okay. I don't mind. I love the interaction. I miss doing all the in-person stuff, but I live in the Atlanta area and it's not possible for me to teach for SGSC in person. And I actually really like SGSC. So, the more you talk with me, the more I get to talk with you, the more I feel like it's a real class again, you know? So I like the interaction. I guess that's it. And yeah, peace out.